welcome to this video today, which I will be taking you through a little routine that I'm doing myself to help boost my immune system because of the coronavirus that's going on, and in general I don't like getting sick. And you know, as a Pilates and yoga teacher, you're in contact with a lot of people in and out the studio the whole time. So I wanted to also share just something very interesting, which I was watching TV and it was a doctor on there. So I suffer with asthma. I have all the medication that I normally take. And actually it was quite interesting to see what they were saying about asthma. So yes, we are compromised with the coronavirus, but it's actually the steroid medication that reduces people who take those steroids. It reduces their immune system, which I didn't really know. I just thought, oh, I get asthma. I tend to get like chesty coughs and stuff just because of the asthma. So I just thought I'd share that with you, that it's apparently the medication that reduces the immune system. So we want to try and, you know, dose up with supplements if you can. I tend to take a lot of echinacea, and I've taken it for years and years and years. So as soon as I feel a little niggle coming on, I take echinacea. But I know there's some conditions that people like warfarin, if someone's on warfarin or something, that they shouldn't take echinacea. So I take it, and sometimes I overdose because I'm like, I'm not getting sick. But just check with your doctor or your pharmacist whether or not you can take echinacea. It's a herbal thing. It's no chemicals and stuff. So that is my little tip for you. And so this video has only got a few exercises. They're completely achievable for most people. There's no wild and wacky moves. So the first one we're going to start with is just a little bit of breathing, and we're going to use a technique called Sitali breathing, which is when the tongue comes into a curly little shape, so like that. So we make the tongue round, and what that does is it cools the air that's coming in, and it just calms and cools the nervous system. So if we can calm and cool the nervous system, it's not under stress, and that will help to boost the immune system. So obviously, you know, I'm sure you've, let's say, you know, when you're going on holiday, and why do you always get sick when you're on holiday? Because all that time before your holiday, you've been stressed trying to get everything going, and your system has been on overdrive. So your nervous system has been working overtime. So if you can control the nervous system during those stressful periods, and you won't get sick when you're on holiday, because you would have, like, I want to say, self-medicated the nervous system before you even went on holiday. You looked after your nervous system before you got on holiday. So just find any comfortable seated position. So I have a block here, which I like to sit on when I'm just focusing on breath work. Just takes a little bit of strain or stress out the hips. Now, I am not one of these people that thinks you have to sit in the perfect leg position. Just sit how is comfortable for you, because not everybody can sit with legs crossed. If you've had hip replacements, knee replacements, anything like that, arthritis, then this might not be an accessible position. If you want to sit on a chair, sit on a chair, okay? So we shall do this for about 5 minutes. So I'm just looking at the time. And just a very gentle breath in and breath out. And then just notice how it feels in your body. Just see if you can notice any difference. Does it feel? Do you feel a little bit like, oh, a little bit calmer? So just get ready. So nice, relaxed body. So try and sit with a tall spine. Just helps create a bit of space in the abdomen. So if you can curl your tongue, which is the first trick, because I know not everybody can curl their tongue. So stick it out so you can see. But then you can kind of leave it in your mouth if you want to. So 5 minutes, we're ready? So off we go. So we are going to do 10 breaths with this one. So 10 breaths. So we're ready? So you might have noticed if you got a little bit of tongue ache there. So you can feel your tongue feels actually quite cold. And then maybe you can just feel that, oh, everything feels a little bit cooler. It's quite strange, but it does work. So the next one we're going to do is called Half Lord of the Fishes. So you can do anywhere between 1 and 5 breaths on each side. These are just guidelines. If you want to do 10 breaths, then do 10 breaths. So with Half Lord of the Fishes, I'm actually going to show you a few variations again with the kind of clients that I work with in the studio, with people that have got arthritis and all sorts. We do have to modify a lot of the exercises so that they can do it. So while there's a bog standard Half Lord of the Fishes, I will be showing you some variations, and we're going to do one on each side. It's basically a spine twist. So what this does is, as we go into a spine twist, it kind of gives all those internal organs a little bit of a squeeze, and then when you come out of it, it's like a bit of a rush in the body. So if you think of all the liver and the kidney and all those organs, it's almost like a trigger point therapy for the organs. So like trigger point therapy, it works on compressing the area that hurts, or where you have an issue with the muscle, and then releasing it. And it just gets the blood really flowing into that area. And it's the same with any twist work. So the other thing that it does is, the more you can lengthen in the twist, the more it decompresses the spine. And again, that is really good for your nervous system when you can just give. If you think of your vertebra and you've got all those little pads between your vertebra, if you are jamming those pads and your nerves and everything are being like sucked into the spine, rather than it's just nice and long and everything. I always imagine it's like this big funnel like this, and if you're crunching everything down, everything feels a bit blocked. I want to say, think of a toilet drain or a sink drain. You know, if you get my drift. Okay, so we are going to do the Half Lord of the Fishes. So I'm going to show you some variations first. Now, for this one, I actually like coming off of the block, and I've just realized I haven't got a little pad cushion with me. So you can stay on the block. You might notice I've got holes in my socks because my little dogs like to play tug of war with my socks, and I've given up trying to buy socks. They're really cute when they do it, so I'll let them carry on. Small things in life. So you can sit like this, but for me personally, I find my knees feel quite vulnerable at the back. So you can have a little bend, or if you've got a pillow or a blanket, you can put a pillow or a blanket there, okay? So different variations for you. You can have the leg there. You can have the leg there. I quite like having the leg there. Okay, so lots for you to choose from. So I'll go over that one again. So leg can be straight, the foot can be on the inside, it can be on the outside, and the bottom leg can also be wrapped over there. Okay, you just want to make sure that your sitting bones are on the floor, that you're not in that kind of position, which is why, again, if you sit on a block, it does give you an extra little bit of space. So we are going to turn opposite direction to the top leg. Again, I'm going to give you variations, and I know people are going to watch this and go, oh, that is wrong. For the people that we have in the studio, we have real people in the studio. Big boobs, big bellies, and all of that. So not everybody can get into such a tight position, or into that position, so we need to modify, and they're still getting the best benefits out of it. Okay, I get really wound up when I'm like, you're not doing it right. Well, not everybody's body is meant to do such a thing, and how can we adjust it to suit that body? So with arms, if you haven't got a lot of space there, or there's any restriction, you can hold on to that leg. You can wrap around. So fortunately, I've got really long arms. I always joke, I've got arms like orangutans. So you can take it around like that. Or if you have, sometimes I say, if you lean back a little bit, get a bit of a twist, and then come onto the leg over there. Now, I know this is not achievable for many ladies because of the big boobs and the bellies that are in the way. So by all means, stick with that one or that one, okay? Backhand is going to go on the floor just behind your body. So I'm actually going to turn so that you can see what my backhand is doing. So again, I've got long arms, I can reach for the floor. So if you can't reach, just have a little block there. What you don't want to be doing is that kind of thing, because otherwise you're going to lose a lot of the squeezy there. So a little block there or pillow, just something so that your hand is touching. So 1 to 5 breaths in this position. So we're going to take a breath in. Now, when we breathe in, try and send your spine as high up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, think of giving your spine a hug with all these muscles around your belly, and then turning the spine with your abdominal muscles and using the arm just for a little bit of leverage, a little bit of cheat. So breathe in and then exhale. Now this shoulder often wants to pop up, so we want to drop that shoulder back. Keep this arm fairly relaxed. So I've just got it there. You can create a little bit of resistance with that back hand to also try and help you turn. So it's almost like you're pushing your hand forward, but it's getting stuck on the carpet or the mat. Your head, depending on your neck, I have got quite a stiff neck on this side, so I can't really get my head any further. But you can try and look further, or just keep your head where it's relaxed, so where there's no strain. So we're not working on the neck today, we're working on these abdominal intestines and everything in the belly. So we're going to have another 3 breaths. So breathe in and then exhale. Inhale. So just thinking, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. Keep that shoulder going back, the shoulder blade going down the back. Last breath. Now, before you go back, when we release, just hold it for a moment and just see what you can feel in your body. It's like a hot flush. So, sometimes I think like, ooh, it's all tingly in my insides. So now we're going to go the other way round. So again, that leg can go on the inside, it can go on the outside. So I like to bend the bottom leg. You can have the little cushion or pillow under there. I'm a little bit more stiffer on this side, or matron. So just take a moment. So again, you have your variations, hand on the knee, elbow on the knee, or you can come onto the inside of that, or you can have the hand down there. So I'll probably do this on this side. Backhand on the floor again, like the last one. So breathe in, lift, and then exhale, just send the body around. So just try and focus on where do you feel your shoulder blades right now. Are they up there or rounding? So it's like, can you lift the heart a little bit? So inhale and then exhale. You've got to be mindful of that front arm, because like you can feel mine keeps wanting to pop up. One more breath. And then bringing yourself back to front. Just feel what you can feel around your tummy. Good. So, we're now going to move on to supported fish pose. So I've got 2 bits of equipment which I'm going to show you. So this is a bolster. If you've not seen one before, you get different shapes and sizes, and they are brilliant to lie on, and especially for yin yoga. So I'm going to show you with this, and I'm going to show you with the block. So at home, you could just use a normal pillow, just roll it up if you wanted, or a towel or something like that. So this is going to open up the chest. So open up your chest. It's going to help with for you to get air in. I really like this because sometimes if you suffer with asthma and you have asthma, you know what it feels like when you can't breathe. So sometimes like, I can breathe. So again, we'll try and breathe in through the nose, but because